Hey, what is up everyone? Danny and Alex. In this tutorial for Muay Thai, we're going to show you guys a shadowboxing workout. But more specifically, we're going to use tactics and strategies in our shadowboxing. We're going to do 4 different rounds, and every round is going to focus on something different tactically for the fight game. All right, so it's not just shadowboxing, throwing whatever you want. We're going to specify something exactly what we want in every single round. All right, so check it out. All right, so round 1, okay, I want Alex to simply shadow box using his visualization of head defense, head movement, okay? So he wants to evade punches, evade kicks, all right? He's gonna be able to do slips on both sides, okay? Duck unders, rolling, bobbing and weaving. He's gonna be doing pullbacks, all right? And also incorporating some movement with his footwork, all right? So it's basically head movement and footwork for this round, all right? So let's give an example of this. So he's moving around. So we're not attacking here. We're using our footwork. We're moving around the opponent, following, sometimes backing out, moving left or right, head movements, visualizing that the person's attacking, and we're dodging punches by moving our feet and our head. All right, this is a very important drill to practice. You should be always, if you're serious about Muay Thai or boxing, you should be always focusing these things into your training sessions. All right, you want to visualize. This is the best way to get good at good defense, because now there's absolutely zero danger of getting hit for real. It's really your own imagination, but it's a very effective exercise to practice because you're limited to only what you're seeing. And the more you see it in your mind, the more you can do it in the fight. All right, so just a few more seconds here. Notice how he's visualizing, always keeping his eyes on the imaginary opponent and moving the head on. Of course, during these rounds, you're going to be tempted to throw some attacks, but try to focus on footwork and head movement only. Very good. All right, on the second round, what we're going to do is countering single attacks. All right, so basically now you're shadow boxing, you imagine the opponent threw something, maybe it's a jab, and you want to counter that jab. So maybe you're going to use an outside slip and then come back with a 1-2, for example. Maybe you're covering on a cross, coming back with a cross and a body shot. Just examples, right? You want to do your own thing, right? So when you're shadow boxing, if it's a 3-minute round, you want to always focus on several different techniques. Maybe it's a low kick, maybe it's a high kick, maybe it's a teep, maybe it's going to be a 1-2. In this case, it's going to be just a 2 or a 1 because we said single attacks. But whatever you see in your mind, you want to be able to see that, defend it using head movement like in the first round, but sometimes blocking and parrying as well. But then I want you guys to counter attack right off the bat. Could be a single attack or a combination attack. All right, so go ahead here, Alex. So here he is, he's visualizing. So he wants to block something and then counter back. All right, so we try to go through all of the techniques in our mind. And all of the techniques in Muay Thai will have all of our punches. We'll have some low kicks, some body kicks, some high kicks. We'll have some push kicks. You want to visualize that single attack coming at you. You're defending that and then you're counting back. So when you defend, what I mean by that is blocking, parrying, scooping. Sometimes you're just moving out of the way. All right, whatever you do as a defensive tactic, but then you want to counter right back. A couple more seconds here. Very good. All right, in our next round, what we're going to do is I want you guys to shadow box, moving in with a combination of your own, all right? So it could be anything, a 2, a 3, or a 4 punch, or even punch to kick combination. But then right off the bat, I want you to move out of range and then maybe even circle out and reset yourself, all right? What happens now is every time you throw something, maybe it's a jab, cross, hook, the opponent's going to either block or counter right back. If you throw a jab and a low kick, the person's going to reply with a kick of his own or maybe a punch combination, right? So of course now you want to be able to move out of range. And sometimes you want to stay in range, cover again, but what we want to focus on in this round is really footwork as well. So you come on in with your offense and then I want you to back out with your footwork once again for defensive actions and moving on a circle left or right side, all right? So Alex is going to demo here a few seconds. So he moves in with a combination and he moves out. That's it. And it's a very subtle moving out, just enough to get out of range. You want to visualize the opponent's answering back, boom, and then you just move out of range, right? Maybe it's out of range of punches, and sometimes it's going to be meaning out of range of kicks, longer ranges. That's it. That's it, stepping out and then always creating some angles, moving out, never being steady. You never want to be the punching bag when you're fighting. Very good. All right, so everything we're showing you in this tutorial are basics of tactics and strategies. So basically you want to focus on something specific and every time you do your shadowboxing rounds, all right? So this last round is going to be even more productive in the sense that if you like to win fights, maybe you're in your last round and you need to win that round to push it and really get that impression on the judges, you want to first start with your combinations and always anticipate that the person's trying to do the same thing to you, so you have to block and then you want to counter back. All right, so you want to counter the counter, if you will. All right, so Alex is going to show a little bit of this. So he's going to show some combinations, gets into his offense, and then he has to create some defense in his mind and then offense right back. All right, so it's basically countering the counter. All right, so it's very subtle, but you want to attack, defend, and attack. That's it. So in other words, I like to call this finishing last. Exactly, and attacking right back. So he creates attacks, he defends attacks, and then he attacks again. So offense to defense, back to offense. One more. Very good. All right, guys, so there you have it. 4 rounds of Muay Thai shadowboxing, but more specifically, tactical shadowboxing. So basically, you want to focus on some of the aspects we did today, or maybe aspects of your own, whatever that may be. Maybe sometimes we like to focus on only defense during our whole workout. Sometimes it's going to be offense. Everyone's always focusing on throwing some punches and kicks, but sometimes we tend to forget about the tactics that may be used in the fight. So things that you want to use as strategies maybe. So maybe you start up your first round more using only your jab and head defense, right? You're moving your head out of the way. And on the second round, you're going to start to put some punches together. And on the third round, putting more counters, etc., etc. So it's very effective for you to integrate these things into your workouts to enhance your fighting skills. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Leave us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to this video for more content just like this one. We will see you
in the next video.
Take care.